Bam.
Very catchy.
Bob's Bronco.
Yo! And I will take the hit on being late because I just looked at the clock that I have been looking at is 5 minutes behind the actual time.
No worries at all.
You're supposed to stay your clock ahead 5 minutes. Not behind. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Movie Club of Ghostbusters edition. Original Ghostbusters. We won't. Unfortunately, Brian bailed last minute. He had something he had to take care of, personal matter. So he recorded a score and
not super last minute. If he recorded it, good for him.
Yeah,
he recorded a monologue, did a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves this movie too.
I know. I have not listened yet. I'm very excited.
Tell us his rating right now.
I don't know his rating.
I can guess what he's gonna get. I think.
I'm gonna guess he gave it a 3.5 or a 4.5.
I think he definitely.
Mark it. Krystle has guessed 3.5 or 4.5. Yeah. Tune in at the end of the stream to find out if she's correct.
Find out what that was. It's either gonna be a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4.
Something between 0 and 5. That's my guess.
Okay, I want Noah's hair. See how full Noah's hair is right now?
Very full.
Yeah.
It always is.
No, it's super full. My hair was really nice, and then in the Texas heat, I walked out and it was just no.
Well, we'll see. Knock on wood, these genetics.
Please let Krystle know she looks great because she does.
Krystle, phenomenal.
We love her cosplay. She has a great Ghostbuster.
Says the man with perfect hair. All right, let's get started on Ghostbusters 1984. Have any of you guys not seen it?
No.
I think that's
how old were you when you saw it?
Ooh, I rented it on VHS from Blockbuster when I was probably 9 or 8, maybe. I was definitely young enough for some of the stuff to go over my head.
Did you
I saw this when I was 10 or 11, so I probably was right there with you in terms of the first time, age-wise.
Yeah, I saw this way too young also. Marilyn, what about you?
I have no idea how old I was, but I probably saw it and when it came out.
Well, it's we released in 1984. This is the original Ghostbusters that we're reviewing. I will say, not the original. I'll talk more on that a little bit later if you know where I'm going.
I don't.
But it is the big famous Ghostbusters that everybody knows, despite the continuing sequels and prequels and what have you. So 1984, 40 years ago.
What do you mean original? Am I missing something?
All right. So let me share with you one of my absolute favorite intellectual property stories, whatever. So in the 1970s, there used to be a television show called The Ghostbusters, and it featured two kind of slapstick guys and their pet gorilla. And it was terrible. Picture H.R. Puffin stuff, any of those 70s.
I love Puffin stuff.
Puffin stuff has a special place in my heart, but we can both agree that it was low quality. I mean, for the time period, whatever. But so this show did not get a lot of traction. It was not great. It was whatever. Then Dan Aykroyd and Ramis in the 80s, they say, we want to make this movie. What do we want to call it? Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. But they find out, oh no, that is already taken by this 1970s TV show. So they put out they go back and forth, and they continue to film the movie right up until the end without actually obtaining the rights for the name. And finally, right before it comes out, they get the rights to use the name Ghostbuster. Yay. Now, the follow-up to that is there it is. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
That is great.
That's for you, Noah.
Thank you. Yes. So now get this. After the 1984 movie, the real one that we all love, is released, the original 1970s Ghostbusters say, oh, we want to capitalize on that. We want all of this new, interest on our Ghostbusters. So they put out a cartoon made by the infamous Filmation cartoon studio called The Ghostbusters. But now the Ghostbusters, the real Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray they want to make a cartoon too. So they put out a cartoon in the 80s called the Real Ghostbusters.
Oh no, you hit something on your computer and now I'm hearing double. I don't know what you did, but I'm hearing double. Also, I've always wondered why the cartoon came out. So that's such an interesting story, like backstory. Like they didn't just do it, like they literally had a reason to do it.
Yeah. Cool. And they actually, again, the name of the cartoon that we saw from the 80s was called The Real Ghostbusters because they didn't want to. There you go. There's Filmations. So again, they were like, oh, we'll just take our original Ghostbusters and turn it into a cartoon. But then the Ghostbusters were like, okay, well, we're calling ours The Real Ghostbusters.
That's like, I don't even remember that at all.
Ghostbusters Battle.
And I wondered why they called it that too. Oh, thank you, Noah. Enlightened.
Unfortunately, this is the Ghostbusters I watched for this.
No, it's not.
So,
I watched a full season, 8 hours.
Very confused. I was very confused. That's funny. Well, thank you, Noah, for that commentary.
My pleasure.
That was very helpful.
Yeah, growing up, this was like honestly such a scary movie for me.
Really?
Yes.
Scary?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you when you saw it?
I think I was like around Noah's age.
21?
Like, I think I was like 9.
21.
And like the opening scene with the librarian, like that, even watching it today, I was like, damn, that's scary. Yeah, like it's a big jump scare. Wow. And
scared me.
Yeah, and like the dog thing, like the ZUUL dog thing, didn't like it. Still don't like it.
And the that actually, if you pull that one up real quick, just to talk about.
No, don't talk about it yet.
All right, but I want to.
No, because it's the most weirdest part of that movie. Wait, where I had the librarian, but I lost her.
I also love the franchise rights alone will make us rich. The line that he says. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow, they called that in the first Ghostbusters. Like, get out of here.
T-shirts, video games, comic books, Hawaiian Punch High C tie-ins.
Yeah, like seriously. Well, and how many Ghostbuster movies have there been now?
84, Ghostbusters 2, the all-female reboot.
5?
At least, yeah. And then two Paul Rudd.
I'll be honest, the all-female one was not good, and the 2 recent ones were not good.
I'll be honest, I have not watched any of them. I've only watched
the first 2 Ghostbusters. I feel so bad because I actually think I would enjoy the all-female cast one. And it's been.
I wanted to.
I mean, it wasn't as horrible. I feel it wasn't as horrible as some people make it out to be. I mean, was it great? No, but I don't think it was horrible.
I think I would actually really like it because I love all of those actresses. I
wanted to love it. I did not laugh once in that movie, and I
will laugh a lot when I see it.
I haven't seen the latest one, which I do want to see.
Hey Joshua, the first 2 are such classics. Like, why mess with if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, I will say I think it's very interesting if you look at our movie club list for like the rest of the year. There are so many on there that we had to include parentheses with dates because there have been so many, like The Evil Dead. All right, that's been remade. Conan the Barbarian, remade. Ghostbusters, remade. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, remade. Hellraiser, remade. And it's just like, what?
Blade Runner, remade.
Remade. And we've got Superman at the end of the year. That's being remade.
And Beetlejuice is now, a sequel too. Not
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
But yeah. Actually, pretty much all of them on there have had something, except for Weird Science.
I was going to say, Weird Science will never get, no one will ever do another Weird Science.
Because they're doing another Spaceballs.
Yes,
no
I
way.
just saw that.
Yes. I think, here, pull up the list one more time. I think the only thing, so Hellraiser, Neverending Story, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Spaceballs, Blade Runner, Ghostbusters, A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think, okay, so Weird Science is not being remade. Conan, Evil Dead, Superman, Beetlejuice. Weird Science is the only one on that list that doesn't have a sequel or a remake.
We
Like,
are
the
so
only one
starved.
on the
How,
list.
how can we be so starved? And then look at when the Ghostbusters came out in '84. Granted, I wasn't there, but I have to imagine like it was a pretty original concept. Aside from sharing the name of the '70s TV show, like there's really no similarities. This was lightning in a bottle. You have three of the greatest comedic screen, people of all time. Murray, oh my gosh, and also Harold Ramis and Sigourney Weaver. I mean, it was an incredible cast.
Yeah. Actually, I watched it with my girlfriend today, and she was like, man, I miss like 80s film because they were all new. Like, this was the first, like, it's not a remake. And she's like, nothing's original anymore. And I was like, so true. Even with AI, we still don't have original things. And, I was talking to my other buddy who actually lives in Hollywood about this the other day. Like, he said that the biggest reason for that is not because we don't have new stories, because people are writing new stories all the time. Studios are afraid to bank on, like, to bet on them. And if you have a franchise that already has a cult following, studios are more willing to put their money to back that than anything else, which sucks. What's up, Kyle? I thoroughly enjoyed the remake of Evil Dead. Me too. Okay, I also forgot how much I love Slimer. He's so cute. Like, if I were a ghost, like, Slimer just eats everything. Me. He's adorable.
And I will say, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves with special effects, but I really appreciated the puppetry.
I did too.
That's one of the things that watching this, it's like, for 1984, the effects were really great. I mean, you could see the CGI on some of the things
and the stop motion,
but all in all, though, it was really good for back then.
Yeah, I agree.
Even like the small, like not really in your face effects, like Sigourney Weaver hovering above the bed, or which, by the way, again, just like I think I picked up on so many more nuances this time around.
Same.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend who watched it with me today, she has a 9-year-old son, and she was like, we were gonna watch it with him this morning, and I'm so glad we didn't, because I was like, there's Sigourney Weaver's nip slips in this movie.
What? I didn't catch that.
I'm looking for the boobs.
I gotta go back and rewatch it. What?
I'm gonna find it. I actually took a screenshot.
I don't know about snip slips, but she looks pretty damn good here.
Oh, she looks amazing. She looks absolutely fabulous. I didn't take a screenshot. Just kidding. I lied to you.
That's fine. We probably couldn't show it on this stream anyway.
Right.
Well, I'll cover the TT, but oh my God, my phone's so dirty. When she's getting when she's getting grasped by like the hands and being pulled, her boob completely comes out, and there's the TT, the nipple is there. And my girlfriend and I was like, was that her? Was that her? And we rewound it like 4 times, and I was like, that is 100% a nip slip. And like editing clearly saw that and chose to put this in. And this is a PG movie, like with a lot of cussing, horror, like very, very scary movie, especially for the time, and a titty, a full-on nipple. So I was just like,
that was the 80s. Nipples
it's
are
so
fine.
true.
Yeah, and ratings didn't mean anything back then either.
No, they really didn't. They really didn't, like, at all.
I don't know about that, but
no, they didn't. Like, there's so much bad stuff in those movies, especially like the 80s, like the teen movies.
It was just a different time. The old, but it was a little bit more lax.
Very, very much. Also, like, can we talk about the scene where Bill Murray is like in the room with Sigourney Weaver, and he's like, I love you. Like, and then he gets like super aggressive with her. And
he's like super creepy. I was thinking about this movie. He was really a creep in the beginning, like this whole
super
scene.
Creepy.
That's great. I love it.
He's like shocking this guy, which is funny, but like creeping on the girl. Like,
like they lose their entire like funding because he's a creep.
Like I thought it was funny that it's like, I'm not doing this for $5. And I'm like, $5,
Yeah.
But then his response to this is just like, I see. It's just
He doesn't like. He knows.
Yeah.
He's a nasty, like a dirty little creep.
Everything Bill Murray does, even the scene when Sigourney Weaver's floating above the bed, he just looks at her and he goes, "Please come down." It's just so simple and so sweet.
He has the most dialogue in this movie by far. Like,
Well, on that, I saw something in the notes because there was someone who was supposed to play the black guy's Ernie Hudson's role, Winston's role.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and I can't think of who it was, but when he said he wasn't going to be in it anymore and they gave it to Ernie Hudson, they downsized Winston's lines and gave Murray more lines.
I mean, out of all four of them, he probably speaks like 50 to 60% more than like anybody. Like,
and
they all smoke so much. Like,
I love that.
Do you?
I know. I'll be honest. I caught myself being like, I could go for a cigarette right now.
That's horrible.
Anytime I say I can't get through Peaky Blinders without being like, I can go for a cigarette right now. But
so
I will say it definitely fit with the like handyman, mechanic, plumber kind of aesthetic, because at the end of the day, that's really what they are. Is they're just this group of dudes?
Except for Igor, he's like the only like real scientist.
Yeah.
Smoking is so cool. What's up, Firebird Justice?
Eddie Murphy. That's right. It was supposed to be Eddie Murphy. Thank you, Rodney.
It was supposed to be Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That would have been such a different movie. I
tell you, there were a lot of names.
Another big personality.
Yeah. But there were a lot of big names that were, put for this and just turned it down.
Do you want to know another fun fact about Winston?
Sure.
In the real Ghostbusters cartoon, he was actually voiced by Arsenio Hall.
Oh,
look at that!
I remember watching that as a kid, but like I don't remember it very well. I remember like the gal who plays in the receptionist. It is her voice in the cartoon, right?
I don't know that for sure. I don't know if anybody
came back for the cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay, because she sounds so much like her. But yeah, I love when they get kicked out and Ray's like, "I've worked in the private sector. They want results." I was like,
yeah, I love that.
Yep, I laughed pretty hard with that. Pretty hard with that. Go on, Ralph. What?
Continue. I was going to ask about the scene Noah was talking about.
Which one?
Did we show that one?
Yes. All right. So first off, I don't remember this at all.
We're talking about inappropriateness and like nipple. It was weird because once this scene popped up, I remembered it, but I had blocked it. And I remember, thinking like my mom was like trying to cover it, like what? Like freaked out that this scene came.
Was this scene at the end?
No, he's having a dream about this ghost going down on him.
Oh my gosh! I guess I completely did not see that.
It's
did you miss it? Just now, like did you missed it?
Oh my god! Yes, I totally missed this.
I like that you caught the nip slip, but you missed the entire scene.
It's like this like weird scene where they're just dreaming, and it's like,
to be fair, I have a lot of family members over, so I was like getting up and helping people and like doing a lot of stuff.
I need to know what this was like, why that was like,
right?
Or the scene where Igor, like, Bill Murray, like, comes in, walks past the receptionist, and then Igor, like, comes up from underneath her desk. I was like,
yeah. At first, it was like weird, and then it was, but he was.
But then they like played it off like nothing was going on. But you're like,
yeah, it was.
I would bet.
I love this. I collect spores, mold, and fungus. So I wrote that down.
I would bet that there was probably a small little scene just before he comes up that was probably cut that kind of explains the reason of why he's down there. And because the female character Annie Potts Janine was so interested in him that, oh, can you fix that down there or something like that? I don't know.
Because she does have the line after the fact where she's like, "Oh, you're so handy," or like,
Exactly.
you must be so good at fixing things."
Well, and she's like, I feel like you're gonna die soon.
Mhm.
You're gonna die.
I'm psychic. I'm never wrong.
Yeah.
Or, you're so nice to help that poor man.
Right. They date in the cartoon, I think, too.
I think they in number 2. I think they have a relationship.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so too.
Which also I got it. It didn't save, but there's the one line where Harold Ramis is like, or they offer what's his face coffee, and they're like, should I have some? And he's like, yes. He's like, yes, have some. Like he's just repeating exactly everything that he's saying.
Rick Moranis is the best in this movie.
Yeah.
They all look so young, like babies back there.
Except for Bill Murray. He was like born old.
Yeah, they're all in like their mid-30s.
I had to look it up because I was like, he looks like he's like 45 in this film, and I think he's like 33 or something.
Yeah, like early 30s even. I think Sigourney Weaver.
I think they all look like they're in their 40s, and they're all in their 30s. Smoking will do that, Noah.
I will say, as a kid, another movie that was probably way over my head that I watched young was The Blues Brothers, and it was kind of like wait, that's Elwood? That's not Elwood. He looks so different, you know. So like, how many years were between? This was 84. Blues Brothers was probably, let's just pop a good 19. That was only 4 years difference. That's crazy.
Which one came first?
Blues Brothers was 1980, and then this was 1984.
I need to watch Blues Brothers again. I don't think I've seen that in like 15.
Phenomenal. That's another great one.
Yeah.
With a killer soundtrack.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles.
I don't think I ever saw the original Blues Brothers.
Shame.
Damn shame. James Brown.
I remember like watching with my dad, but like it has been a hot minute.
Cab Calloway.
Oh my gosh. I love when he's like going in the room and she's like, no, like that's the bedroom, nothing ever happens in there. And he's like, oh, that's a shame. I was like, that is hilarious. I just think there's so many like adult jokes that I did not get as a kid, like at all.
Hmm. But again, just Bill Murray's deliveries, like when he does little piano, and he's like, I hate that.
I love messing with them. They're like thinking he's a tough guy.
The one thing about watching this that was annoying for me was Bill Murray. I gotta say, it was just. I mean, because all of them or most of them come from Saturday Night Live, and it's just. It almost felt like it was just a shtick for him, you know, from Saturday Night Live. Many times when he was just kind of, you know, doing his acting. I mean, it's nice that later on in life, you know, he actually does some real acting instead of just his Saturday Night Live little scenes. But also a lot of what was done. Everything that made it to the film was not everything that was on the script. There was a lot of ad-libbing.
Oh, I believe that. Like Rodney, what is Carrie Fisher? Was Carrie Fisher in this movie?
That's my favorite line.
And I think that was ad-libbed, if I'm not mistaken.
Man has no dick.
Was Carrie Fisher Gozer? Who was Gozer?
No, Gozer was some other.
Carrie Fisher wasn't Blues Brothers, though.
Oh, okay. I see. I don't remember that at all. I really need to watch Blues Brothers again.
That is a great line. Dickless over here. He goes, "Is this true? Is this true? Yes, this man has no dick."
Yeah, but then when they're fighting and he breaks it up, he's like, "Oh, that's just what I heard. That's just what I heard."
And then he's like, "All right, Mr. Pecker, it's Picker or whatever his name is, or Pick."
Well, interesting story is that after the movie came out, it's like when people would see him on the street and get like the bus of kids, Dickless.
Oh my gosh. So he was in a whole bunch of other movies too around this time.
Right.
He always plays someone that you like love to hate. Like how would you feel like if you were an actor, like and those are the only roles you were getting. I would hate
Could
that.
Bill Murray. I'm sure he loved Stripes. I saw Stripes when I was probably like way too young. Have you ever seen Stripes?
I have. No, I'm talking about the picker guy.
Who?
The
The guy
redhead
that
guy.
was shutting them down.
Yeah, the guy who like lets all the ghosts out.
Oh, that dude. Yeah, he's in there. He's a bad guy and everything. You're right.
Yeah.
He's a jerk and
Like,
everything.
how would you guys feel if you were
What else is
cast
he in
that
there?
role?
I'd like it.
He's
I'd
in.
be fine.
He's in. Oh shoot.
Make a career out of it.
I know
He's in
it's
so
like
much stuff.
it's like Andy Kaufman. Like you just want to be the bad wrestler. You know?
I mean,
Like,
as
you
long
wanna
as
be
you're
the
getting
villain.
work, if you're an actor getting paid to work, you're in good shape. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other movies he's in though.
Well, in
What's his
Yeah.
name? Yeah, he was that's right. He was a jerk off reporter in Die Hard.
yes,
Then-
and his name was Dick. His name was Dick in that.
So it's like Pecker and Dick.
It was Dick. It is Dick. That is funny.
That's funny. That's actually pretty.
The
Also-
Writers knew what they were doing.
Okay, so fun fact, Tavern on the Green is in this movie. And I thought they closed it down, but I just Googled it. It's still open. But that made me really excited because it was like still the way that it was like when I went in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the glass restaurant.
Is that where Rick Moranis gets?
Yes.
He's
yes.
banging on the glass.
Yes. I was like, I've been there. I've been there with my family. That's Tavern on the Green. And I Googled it and it was. I was like, it's so cool. I think they took down all the glass, so it doesn't look like that anymore, which is so sad because it was so pretty.
It was.
But I think it's a lot more private and more on the up and up now. So yeah.
The one scene that I was like, wait a minute, I know that place, but if everything was shot in New York, because I recognized the inside of the hotel, the ballroom, which is the Biltmore Hotel in LA, downtown LA. And they did shoot it in downtown LA, the interior.
Oh, hilarious.
Interesting. Now, is the firehouse, is that a New York location?
Yes.
So, the exteriors were in New York. The interiors were in LA.
So why, like, what was the inside of the? I'd be interested to know if they used like a set or if they used a.
It's a real firehouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on the Sony? Is it on the Sony lot? Am I right?
That I didn't look that far because I just didn't have time. But
I think it's on the Sony lot. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think because I've seen it when I've been to the Sony lot. They have the whole Ghostbusters setup.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was shot on the lot there.
Because they own it now.
So, I mean, supposedly the interior
Awesome.
firehouse in LA has been used in many other movies. They just didn't mention what movies.
Dude, I love the end where like they get eaten by the earth. Like the cop car gets like the earth
Swallowed.
cracks and the car is like going
You
down
fall
there.
in.
That was probably done at Universal.
I was gonna say that looks like it could be like a
The
Jaws
ride.
ride kind of thing.
I love like the back box
Whoa.
ride. Yes. And you can see the pole that's like holding the car up. I was like, they really should have painted that black. But it was like for 1984, like, dude, like that's all practical effects. Like none of that is CGI. Like they had to go and build those massive pieces of earth that are like moving. Like it's so cool. Like they don't make movies like that anymore, which is just like how much does anyone know how much it costs to make this?
We should have looked that up.
Quick,
Yeah, look it up.
But what I did see was that the story originally was supposed to be set in space or in the future, but it
30
would have
million.
cost at least $300 million in 1984 dollars. So Ramis came in and rewrote it for that reason.
Yeah, didn't need that. It was perfect.
Does it take place in where?
In the future.
In the future.
Ghostbusters in space.
30 million.
2099.
That'll be the next one.
Ghostbusters Forever.
And
But it'll be like 6.
Oh, Ghostbusters 6. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. By the end of the stream.
one of the expensive features of the film, though, was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The
Right.
suit, they had 3 suits, each at $20,000. And
Ooh.
my God.
all of them were destroyed during the filming.
So I honestly am so glad that I rewatched it because I was like, why was he there? Like, why? Like, because like you always see him at a convention. Like, he's always having like a little presence. But I was kind of like, if you had asked me like, why was he in the movie? I'd be like, I have no idea, like at all.
You mean why was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the movie?
I mean, I know now because I rewatched it, but I'm saying like I didn't remember. Like if you had asked me before I just rewatched it today, I couldn't tell you why he was in the movie.
Interesting.
I remembered it. I felt like I remember the Stay Puft being more prominent.
Yeah, he's such a big icon.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really do much. He he walks down the street. He looks super innocent, and then he catches on fire. He starts to climb the building on fire.
Right. Yeah. But I thought I remember there being more destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say? Like he was like, it was like the least harmless thing I could think of, or something.
Nights at summer camp. Marshmallows.
Yeah. I was gonna bring marshmallows, but I don't have any.
Well, they were a sponsor because you saw the marshmallows in the very beginning anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I love the old Coke placements and Cheez-Its. Which, by the way, like the Cheez-Its box looks the same. So good on you guys for like not rebranding 100 times. I think that was kind of cool. But yeah, I went to school for advertising and I took a whole class on like placement because it was 100 years ago and they used to do that. I feel like they don't really do that nowadays. I feel like they go out of their way to not showcase things, which is kind of crazy.
No, they do. They just don't make it obvious now.
Or watch any Adam Sandler movie.
I was like, they're like a Coke like on all the tables, just like right there.
Oh yeah, I mean they have an entire song in Dunkin' Donuts. And Al Pacino introduces the Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
And then I think it cost 34 million to make. It might be late.
Yeah, speaking of Stay Puft, like the one thing I would have wondered is if like I guess they were because the Stay Puft is a fictional, they made it up for the movie, right? So like it would have been interesting if they would have gotten like a real like paid like Pillsbury to get the Doughboy. Like that could have been funny.
Well,
but
and actually
I guess they don't want to make associate their brand with like a evil.
Yeah, an ancient Mesopotamian god.
But also, it was kind of like the Michelin Man meets the marshmallow meets the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Right. Real quick on character. Still, I want to go back to my favorite character of all time in this movie. It's Rick Moranis. Where is he? Rick Moranis cracked me up.
Such a goober.
We miss him so much. I wish he didn't leave acting.
Dude, I like love when he's having the party and it's super loud in his room, yet he hears her like coming down the hall because he's such a creep. Like honestly, I feel so bad for Sigourney Weaver. Like she's got like all these creeps just being so creepy towards her. I would be like, ugh.
What's that? He says at the party he didn't invite friends, he only invited clients so that he could write it off as a tax expense.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Maybe if we start. Oh my gosh! And that the blonde girl stands up and she's like 2 feet taller than him, and she's like, "I'm leaving. I'm not having fun." He's like, "Oh, come on! If we start dancing, maybe everyone else will join in." Okay.
So, a fun fact on that is Casey Kasem.
Yes, I heard his voice, and I'm like, "That's freaking Shaggy."
That's his wife.
No way.
Is it?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, the Casey Kasem and Larry King. I did not know
Larry King, is he still alive?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he died. Oh, he's alive?
2016, actually. I feel like he died in 2016.
Hold on.
No, he died last year. He died like 3 years ago.
Chat, Google.
2020.
Oh, shit. Damn, 2021.
Okay, yeah, it was okay.
He was up there though. He was like 90.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, William Shatner's like 93. What the heck? Also,
Well,
okay, so one of my favorite actors or characters in the movie is actually the librarian at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So I can't remember her name right now. I googled it earlier and I cannot remember it. But she's also in Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie.
Oh, okay.
Which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. All time.
Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and
John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. It is.
I never saw it, but I know the case.
Oh my God. If you have not seen that, watch it. You're freaking welcome. It's like, it's one of my top 5 all-time favorite fabulous movie. I agree.
They're drag queens, right? They're
Yeah.
drag queens. And they're
Yeah.
going on road.
Patrick Swayze is like,
Oh my God.
so
Yeah.
beautiful in that movie. They all are. They're all just like so pretty. It's weird. Patrick Swayze actually looks like my mom in that movie. But yeah, I didn't know when I was a kid because I hadn't seen Tu Wong Fu yet. And again, like I didn't watch Ghostbusters for like, it's been like 10 years at least. So I turned it on today and I was like, oh my God, it's the lady from Tu Wong Fu. And she's in like the Ghostbusters logo. Like when it starts, she's the first scream. And I just kind of like lost it a little bit and got really giddy. And I have a plan to watch at least 5 more of her movies this year. She's in like 30 movies. I like starting from like 1980 till when she died. And she's the one who died in 2016. That's right. I looked up today. She died in 2016. But yeah, I was just blown away. She's adorable. So, okay, that was my spiel. Someone else talk.
No, but I liked, again, going back to Bill Murray's like little side comments and like, do you have any history of schizophrenia in your family? She's like, my great grandfather thought he was like St. Andrew. I'd call that a yes.
I call it a yes. And I love he's like, are you on is it your menstrual cycle or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why does that matter?
Of course, Bill Murray asked that.
Right.
I'm a scientist.
So the saint that she mentions is supposedly the saint of libraries.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's fun. I love like, I don't know why, as a kid, a line that I picked up from this film and would say a lot was like, cats and dogs living together. I don't know.
Mass hysteria.
Yes. Did anybody else? Was that a line that kind of like stuck with you?
Yeah. There's so many iconic lines in that movie.
Don't cross streams. That's the most I would think.
I mean, yeah. Even just like he slimed. He slimed me.
He slimed me.
Like just like those random lines that I remember like back in the day, like kids saying all the time, for years.
That's a big Twinkie. Okay, question. I had a debate with my girlfriend today. Are Twinkies the same now as they were back then?
I don't think anything is.
Really. I don't think I've had more than one Twinkie in my life.
Well, I'll tell you that all of Hostess, it's like once it was sold and it's not quite the same.
Okay, because I was having an argument with her. I was like, Twinkies actually used to taste like delicious cake. Now it tastes kind of plasticky and gross. So.
Oh yeah, they're probably so different now.
No, my parents say the same thing. They'll be like, things taste different, and I never knew if it was like a nostalgia thing, like something from your childhood, or it's like no, they really probably were just like, hey, we'll save 75 cents if we swap out flour with, I don't know, salt. Oh, okay, sure.
I mean, when Hostess was sold, I don't know if they sold the ingredients or the recipe. So that's always a question, because if you're going to sell it, you might as well sell the recipe so it's still the same. But I guess no, we're going to keep this.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we'll buy the rights to this Beatles song, but we'll just have my friend's band play it so we can save a couple $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, can we get a shout out for the Orthodox Jews in the movie
doing the prayers at the end?
Yes, like right before they fall into like the earth, I guess. Like there's a whole group of like Orthodox Jews. I've filmed a lot of stuff in New York, and a lot of the like filming studios are like in the like the Hasidic Jew, like Orthodox Jew area. So the fact that they like had a nice nod to that with New York like filled my little heart. I was like, oh my god, I love this. That's such a New York like thing. Yeah.
Also, I will say, speaking of organized religion, I like that they brought like a priest or a bishop into the mayor's office, and he's like, personally, I can't,
Right.
give the church's blessing. And Bill Murray in the background's like, that's a good thought there, Mike. Good plan. He just like the church can't recognize this, but
he does agree with Bill's pitch about the voters. Saving the voters. He just look over and he's nodding very. He's like,
hundreds of millions of voters.
Millions of voters. I should have brought Rebecca Ross, who I think Krystle, you might know Rebecca. She's a great cosplayer. And Noah, you know her. She's worked at the Zenescope booth. I should have got our picture. She did a Gozer cosplay recently, and it was awesome. By the way,
I believe her account is Causing Trouble, if I'm not mistaken.
Causing trouble.
That's cute. That's a cute name.
I gotta say, the eyes looked painful on that.
And that was back when those were like the thick, crazy contacts they had to like have a doctor put in for the movies. Like they're not like the contacts today, like at all. I remember I went to I was a model for was it IMATS in LA, like the big makeup convention thing. And I had to get fitted for special contacts, which I thought was weird because I thought you just bought, like nowadays you could just buy contacts from anywhere. Like, and the company that we did it with, they were the ones who did all the movie contacts from like, the 70s and onward. And they were showing me how thick the original contacts were for those movies. And they, like, the actors couldn't put them in by themselves. Like, you had to have, like, because they honestly were like not great for your eyes, and they could only wear them for like a certain time. Like, I didn't know any of that. I was like, that's wild. It's wild. Also, can we talk about Miller time? It's Miller time. I was like, how much did they get paid for that? I want to know. Chat, if you're bored, you can Google how much they got paid to say it's Miller time in Ghostbusters.
We're putting the chat to work.
Well, yeah, chat can have fun.
Come on.
Interactive, baby, interactive.
Right? Yeah. Firebird, go look it up. He's a friend. We can give him crap for sure. But yeah, the keymaster and the gatekeeper, like my girlfriend and I used to always say that to each other. When we went to each other's houses, we would open the door and we'd be like, are you the keymaster? You know?
Like, no, and he's like, no, and she's
and then he opens it again, and she's like, "Are you the keymaster?" Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a cosplay of Sigourney's character in that.
Yes, my girl. I know a lot of people who have done that, and my girlfriend did it really well. Very well. Also, I make it a rule to never date possessed people. Sounds like you got two people in there, or at least two people in there. Oh, great. That one got me. Like, I didn't see like the sexual joke there as a kid. I didn't see any of the sexual jokes there.
You don't see it. You didn't even see the
Show it again, Ralph. Show it again.
Which again, let me just say, I feel
I'll
like
tell you what, that's the tame version, Krystle.
As a kid, you're not going to understand the sexual innuendo, but there's a lot of sexual innuendo in this.
Krystle still didn't understand it. She didn't know what's going on. Very innocent.
Do you think they cut that scene out of like TV broadcasts? Because I feel like every time that I've seen the movie, I never see that scene.
Probably.
It's really not needed. I'm surprised it wasn't edited out of the actual movie.
Because not only is it a dream sequence, but it's a dream sequence within a montage. Right. So it's like, why not just do the montage? Why does it have to like?
It was like, I guess it was like a in the 80s, it was probably funny as shit to them. Like, oh, we'll do a ghost, goes down on.
It was I guess the PG or the G version of the TNA of that back then.
Yeah. We'll throw it in there for fun. For fun.
I feel like movies still do that. Like now, like even Bluey has like adult stuff that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
no, I was thinking like you were gonna start talking like
Bluey.
What are you doing in Bluey, dude? But no, I get it.
Oh my god, no, Bluey the little blue dog. Yeah, like
Ralph,
they
do you
have
not
a
know
lot
what
of-
Bluey is?
I don't know Bluey.
It's the reason that all the kids
Not
are
around kids a lot right now.
Oh, yeah, I
I
love
don't have
Bluey.
any kids. I don't know about Bluey.
Even if you don't have
yeah.
kids. I don't have kids. I watch Bluey. Bluey's good.
It's like you're not around kids to know. That's
if you
it's,
were around kids, you would know that that and Paw Patrol. Don't shut up about.
yeah.
No loves Paw Patrol. Okay, you know what time it is? It's time. It's time to look.
Is it time for the ratings?
Oh.
It is. Let's check out Noah's chart.
Oh, I specific.
Don't click.
Yeah,
Please.
what's the name of the video file?
Please don't click.
Then you bring up the.
All right,
You missed that little intro.
I didn't know you. I was like, why? That is very important.
I just for the people behind the scenes, I have a file on the computer that says please don't click in all capital letters.
I don't pay attention to file names. I just click on stuff. No, I ruined Noah's intro.
That's all right.
Yeah, I really need to
colorful.
bring down Blade Runner. I need to bring down Blade Runner there.
Yeah, Blade Runner is now by far the highest score.
You can't vote.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened here. I tried to keep it level-headed.
Dude, we love Blade Runner. Look at that.
Krystle, Brian, and I went hard on the 5s.
Yeah.
It was craziness. Okay.
All right, cadets. Cadets, have your votes in chat. Noah's taking notes.
Yeah,
so
we need
everybody in chat,
votes.
drop what you think. What would you give Ghostbusters? Did it hold up? Would you recommend it to a friend? Would you rewatch this on the weekend? If it came on, would you seek it out? What's your thoughts?
Also, let's play
Ryan's!
Yeah,
review,
all right.
and then we'll go to our reviews quickly, and then we'll do some.
Let's hear what Brian got to say.
Hey guys, Brian O'Halloran here. I am so sorry. I had last minute kind of a thing that I had to go to the airport, pick someone up. Yes, I know there's Ubers, but this is my mom, and the flight changed and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to record my review for you guys. I miss you guys. Love you, Marilyn, Krystle, Ralph, Noah, whoever else is going to be there as well. I apologize for not being there. But Ghostbusters, 1984, Ivan Reitman, very amazing director to begin with. An amazing script written by the great late Harold Ramis, and Dan Aykroyd, and Rick Moranis even threw in stuff as well. I mean, you had a absolute all-star cast first off for the core 4 of the Ghostbusters. A really clever idea, I thought. Not really thought of at that time, and now we have all these ghost hunter shows. It's kind of funny. These guys are the impetus of that whole thing. So Bill Murray, loved him ever since he was on SNL. All the movies he had done by that point, Stripes and Caddyshack and what have you. So he was a classic. Dan Aykroyd, another SNL alumni. Harold Ramis, another SNL alumni. And then they bring in Sigourney Weaver as this very just innocent kind of woman having an issue with some sort of ghosts or ghost-like issues going on at the New York Public Library. Very wonderful kind of relationship. She starts to get pursued by Bill Murray in his very Bill Murray-esque way. Rick Moranis, a neighbor of Sigourney's, very funny as an accountant. The whole party he throws when he gets sucked into being the keymaster and the gatekeeper. Annie Potts as Janie, hilarious. Love Annie Potts. Always have loved Annie Potts. Love her on, Young Sheldon as Mima. William Atherson as Walter Peck, who's like the lawyer or somebody for the city. You can't say enough about Ernie Hudson. He must have been possessed by a ghost because that cat looks exactly the same as he did back in '84. I've met him a few times. That guy is still ripped and everything. So out of all the Ghostbusters, he definitely would still kick some butt in the ghost-busting world. The mayor, portrayed by David Margulies, classic character actor, played it perfectly. Just really, really funny kind of a script from the very beginning. Held your attention the entire time. Obviously you can't get around the tune, Ghostbusters by Ray Park. And I got to tell you though that little side note, the Ghostbusters song, when you hear it, especially, it definitely sounds like "I Need a New Drug" by the great Huey Lewis and the News. And it was obvious. You listen to the doon 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 doon. I'm on a new drug. It's the same exact rhythm and beat. He sued Ray Parker Jr. For the fact that he copied his song, and he won. And I believe, because I've met Huey Lewis, I believe, and talked to him, I believe he's made the most money out of any song has been the Ghostbusters song. He gets the royalties for that song, or a majority of the royalties for that song, because they used his music without kind of his permission. So fun fact about the music of it all. But in the music in general, the scoring of the music was very much similar to Animal House, another Ivan Reitman film. That kind of do kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So classic film, obviously spun off dozens of not dozens, but quite a few of the sequels. I haven't seen the Frozen Empire one yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it on streaming. I did like Afterlife, though. I liked the new fresh take on what happened, and obviously the Harold Ramis kind of family and that whole thing was fun. So moving it along the way they have, I thought it's been clever. Now, I haven't seen, like I said, the latest one, Frozen Empire, but for this one, the one that started it all, it's an original, it's a genius type of kind of a film. This is definitely, it's tough when you say 5 stars, you can't go down below it. So then we'll keep this at 4.5 stars. And I'm just saying that as a bumper roo of kind of like, well, are there better films? Well, yeah. But as of such an iconic 80s kind of classic sci-fi comedy, this is one of the greats. This is definitely in the top, I would say the top 5 of those type of comedy, kind of supernatural kind of films. So 4.5 stars. Favorite scene, I got to say, probably it's when they actually face off with ZUUL, and Gozer and stuff. So on top of the building. So that whole thing, Ray, when someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. I mean, there's so many quotable lines of the whole thing. So yes, 4.5 stars. Miss you guys. Mwah. See you guys next month. Bye.
Bye.
I always love hearing Brian's breakdowns.
Dude,
I had no idea about the Huey Lewis thing.
I saw that in the notes.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that either.
And I'm listening to it in
we
my
didn't
head,
even
and all I
talk
can
about
think
that
is
song. The video, remember the video from the 80s that we didn't talk. Well, listen, let's go quickly because we're already at 6 o'clock or 5, whatever time zone you're on. 6 o'clock where I'm at. Krystle and me, right?
4
we should
here.
do our ratings.
7 Noah time.
Marilyn, you said 4?
No, that's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. I was like 4. Okay, got you. Who wants to start? Marilyn, why don't you start since I got
okay. I do enjoy the film, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I did originally. I thought it was going to be a lot more fun, but
Really?
also I don't remember it being quite as long. So it's like when I went to see how long it was, and whether fitting it into my schedule today, and should I watch it yesterday? Should I watch it today? So it was.
How long is it?
What is it? Almost 2 hours, right?
Almost 2 hours, yeah. So I feel like there was some things that they could definitely trim to it. But I'm going to give it 3.75.
3.75
3.75 Slimers.
I love Slimer. The
Q-
Slimer
Renata,
high
put your ratings in the comments, please. Krystle.
I'm gonna give this one a 4.75.
4.75 Slimers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it quite a 5. Because rewatching it was like not as fun as I thought it would be either. Like it was fun, it was really, really good. It wasn't like it wasn't. I wouldn't go. This is not like a go-to film for me.
Yeah.
Right. Because obviously I haven't seen it in like a million years. And if it was a go-to film, I would have seen it. So for that reason, it's not getting a perfect score. All right, Noah, go.
I will. If there was something between Brian and Krystle's, I think I'd take that. But because there isn't, I think I will steal Brian's score and give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
To me, this is a iconic movie. Like this goes in, I don't know if it's in like the federal like archives or whatever they do, but it definitely should be. I think it's like if you say movie, this is something that I think of. But again, kind of like Krystle made a very good point. It's not something that I go to. It's not like I'm like, oh boy, it's been a year, time to watch Ghostbusters again.
Right.
But if it's on TV, TBS, TNT, whatever, I'll stop and I'll watch it. So I love it. I think it's great. Again, like I said, lightning in a bottle, the level of talent, the level of writing. And I think as we all agree, they just don't make them like this. And if they do, it's very rare. So 4.5 for me.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I did enjoy this. Sometimes I watch the movies from the 80s and I go, oh my God, this is worse than I would have ever thought. Why did I like this? I didn't feel that way with this. I really did enjoy it. It's very nostalgic. But it's still like I just enjoyed rewatching it the whole time. And I was in a bad mood watching it, and it actually like elevated my mood. So for that alone, I got to go 4.5.
4.5.
4.5. This is a really high score. This is a great film.
4.5. Slimers, Ghostbusters, iconic movie, loved it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I also didn't mention to chat. I was actually on a TV show called Screen Machines. You can look it up on Tubi if you want to. I'm on episode 2 where we actually rebuild the Ecto-1. And I used to be part of the Texas Ghostbusters. Uber Duber nerd here. So I've got the Proton pack and everything. Like I was super, super into like the stuff around the film, if that makes sense. Like I love the film growing up. But again, like I haven't really watched this in like 10 years. And also the show was shot like 10 years ago. But yeah, we literally get like an old Hearst and rebuild the entire car. So if you guys want to see us rebuild the actual like life-size Ecto-1, you can check that out on Tubi. It's really, really fun. And then we actually get to go ghost hunting in at Mineral Wells, this like really old, cool hotel in Texas. That's one of the most haunted places in Texas. And we get to take the car, and I actually wear this in the show. And we get to go see spooky, stoopy stuff. So, and of course, someone asked if I had built the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 in Lego. Yes, I do not have it anymore because I built it when I was teaching adults with special needs, and they totally tore it apart. So sadly, I don't have the Ecto-1 anymore. It's something I would love to get again. Not the big one. I want the small one because it comes with all the minifigs. So that's my piece.
However, if I can just quickly piggyback off of that, because I know that we're running low on time. So we did a giveaway last month. If our Blade Runner stream hit 100 likes, we would give away this awesome Don McTeague CGC graded cyberpunk comic book fitting with the Blade Runner theme, and also fitting with the Blade Runner theme. The winner would be getting an autographed copy of Unbound, one of our sci-fi graphic novels we publish at Zenescope. And luckily, we did hit 100 likes thanks to all of you dedicated fans out there. So without further ado, I would like to proudly say that Armando No is the winner.
Armando.
Congratulations.
Armando, yes.
Armando, yes.
So Armando, I will
autograph Armando,
and we will get you that prize pack. And now the segue from Krystle's Lego story is we will be doing another campaign. So you will have 1 month until the next episode of Movie Club for this episode to get 100 likes. And if this episode gets 100 likes, one lucky person will be going home with this primo prize pack, which includes an autographed Lego set handpicked by Lego Master herself, Krystle Starr, as well as a Ghostbusters themed trifold cover from 2021 by Eric Basaldua. You have until next episode, which is going to be Nightmare on Elm Street. So stay tuned and make sure to get those likes and comments in by July 31st. As always,
that's my birthday. Noah, put the Lego back up. Put the Lego one back up.
Bam.
So we have to get 100 likes on the YouTube video to give away this Lego by July 30th, 31st? 31st. So go like this
Krystle's
on
birthday.
YouTube.
Wait,
yeah,
your
my
birthday-
birthday. And you guys,
the
we'll be giving this away.
Wait, your birthday's the 31st?
My birthday's the 30th.
Yeah. Okay.
Close enough.
It's a week long. It starts and then it goes.
Start on July 1st and go to July 31st.
I know Krystle's birthday more than Krystle.
So then I will do the last segue just because I got to get all the business out.
Get all it out. Get it out.
Speaking of covers, this is our Ghostbusters cover for the movie by Elias Chatzoudis. Drum roll, please. Bam.
There it is. Ghostbusters.
Now, careful,
it
Krystle. You're going to have to
now.
say Huey Lewis.
I love the dragon. The X through our own logo. It's sad. Does
he tried the dragon. He put the dragon in.
Does anybody have this about Elias is awesome, by the way. I just want
That looks so dirty. That looks like they bustin' on the cover.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Does anybody have anything to plug? Does anybody have anything to plug while Krystle gets pornographic?
Yes. So July 13th and 14th, Silver Age Comic Con in Reno, Nevada. Both Brian and myself will be there.
Nice.
Nevada.
Where Nevada? What Nevada?
Reno, Nevada.
Never been. I'd like to go.
I've never been either, so I'm excited to go.
If it's anything like the TV show, you're in for
come see us at Comic-Con in San Diego. Krystle, are you going to Comic-Con San Diego?
I'm going to be a guest at San Diego Comic-Con. Oh my God. Yes. I'm going to be a guest for Lego Masters. I won not one, but 2 trophies last year. They're not lit up. My bad. Woo!
Right.
Yeah, Michelle and I are actually doing a USA tour this summer. We're going to be hitting Florida, Mount Dora, Florida for June 29th at the new Bricks and Minifigs location. Then we're going to be in Austin, Texas for Bricks Rodeo on July 6th. And then we're doing another Bricks and Minifigs opening in Minnesota for the Apple Valley, Minnesota store opening on July 13th. Then we're going to be in Marin, Illinois. I hope I'm saying that right. For the Ultimate Brick Show, August 10th and 11th. And then Sandy, is that your birthday?
August 10th, yeah.
Yay! I will be.
Hope everyone's writing this down. July 30, August 10th. Lock them in.
Sandy, Utah for Brick Slopes, August 23rd through 25th. And then obviously San Diego Comic-Con in July 25th-ish.
So we are doing a party in San Diego. Marilyn, Krystle, you hopefully will be there. We are doing this party. I guess we should talk about this real quick. One of the things we're plugging, we're doing a launch party in San Diego because we're launching our new Grim Tales of Terror Kickstarter. So we're thrilled to announce it. Kickstarter campaign for Grim Tales of Terror, the series season 1. It's launching on July 24th. So what we're doing is it's self-produced project. We already shot the first episode. We're trying to raise more money to shoot more episodes. The more money we raise, the more episodes we shoot. So we lined up some really great features like a scratch-off contest where you can win a cameo in the episode. We're hitting some local comic shops to
you should have movie club make a cameo.
We should have. I should have all you guys make.
Just saying.
So we're kicking it off at Comic-Con July 24th, and the Kickstarter will run for a month through August 25th, which will culminate at our VIP event.
What day? In San Diego. What day in San Diego?
Yeah. So the Kickstarter go live on Wednesday, the 24th.
When's the
our party's Friday, the 26th.
Because I wasn't quite sure whether I'd be going to San Diego. I mean, I'm not going to be in the autograph area, because I don't want to be driving back and forth every day, because the hotels are too ridiculously expensive.
Like $1,500 a night now. Well, if you make it, let me know, Marilyn. You don't have to decide today, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know about that and the Kickstarter we're doing, and hopefully you guys. I know we've shown the trailer here before, but we're really excited about this. And that's it. I think that's my main announcement. Yeah.
On this show, do people murder people on the show? Do people die?
There's murder. There is murder. Murder will occur.
I want to be killed.
You want to be killed off?
I do.
Okay.
That's like a dream. I want to be slashed.
Who else wants to see Krystle be murdered?
Yes. I don't want to be a final girl.
Let us know.
I want to be the first girl dead.
Yeah, first out.
So that's it. That's the big announcement for now. Anything else I'm missing, Noah? Before we say goodbye.
Already said next month's episode of Movie Clubs, July 31st, day after Krystle's official birthday. At the end of this week. So if you didn't get enough virtual stuff from today, we will be having a virtual con Friday and Saturday, the 28th and the 29th. So tune in for some awesome exclusive comic books and collectibles. And then next week,
their birthday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zenescope's birthday.
Just forget about that part, Noah.
Everybody's Krystle, what's your sign? Are you a Gemini?
I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo.
Me too.
Hey, because I think Zenescope is Gemini, if I'm not mistaken.
When is the birthday? What day?
We're a Gemini, I think.
What day is it?
I think
we don't know.
I think the official launch, if I'm not mistaken, of Grim Fairy Tales #1 was June 7th. I might be wrong.
Right. It was the first. We did a Philly Comic-Con, Wizard World Philly Comic-Con.
I think that's
in 2005. 2005. It was June, but I forget the exact date. So we just go with the birthday. How dare you?
One last thing. Retailer live stream next Tuesday, July 2nd, 4:00. We'll be talking with Hell Creek, music and comic books. They got guitars, they got comics, they got collectibles, they got Zenescope, and we'll be Skyping with the fantastic team from Hell Creek in Montana.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
June 28th is Cancer.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Also, not for nothing, but Pooh versus Bambi #3 in stores now. You can go get it.
Oh, fun!
New comic book.
Noah Mitchell.
Some Noah, different Noah Mitchell.
Different Noah. Not ye old Noah.
No,
guys, thanks for joining us.
Stream Noah and writing Noah are two different Noahs.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for ghost busting with us. And we will see you next time.
I'm afraid no ghost.
You have to do one of these.
Oh yeah, I got to do that. I keep.
What's that?
What's
that
from? Spaceballs.
Oh, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
It's an adaptation of The Love.
I'd rather do this.
You got to do it. Krystle, do it. Yeah. Here we go. Bye, guys.